everybody. We're going to react to another Tess Holliday interview because I wanted to do a three-part series with the Take Up Spatial and her TED Talk and this interview. This interview was a few years ago, I think it was like 3 years ago, when Tess Holliday, after being left out from the role of being a model, industry girly, she started trying to seek any attention on the internet, mostly social media. And since nothing stuck to the wall, she said she got Anna. And by Anna, I mean this euphemism for people whose ED makes them despise the idea of eating. Okay? Just the contrary of our girls have us accustomed to. So let's see this interview by the lovely Tamram.
Please welcome Tess Holliday to the show. First of all, I just want to thank you because I know that this is still ongoing for you. Since sharing your diagnosis with your fans, with the public, you have experienced a setback. What happened after you shared the news?
Well, I wasn't quite expecting it to blow up in the way that it did.
Well, what do you think that? This is not saying she was a top model. This thing only says she was a model. Okay.
Wasn't expecting everyone to talk about it around the world for weeks and months even. It basically caused me to stop taking care of myself in the way that I had been.
Which way have you? Because I think she took an anti-inflammation diet for a while. She showed a very short video on TikTok or Instagram, one of those, and she was eating one tomato, some scrambled eggs, and I don't know what more, but beforehand she said, no, diet is not a word that can be said in my house, blah 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 blah. And then a few months later, yeah, I'm taking this anti-inflammation diet and this is being wonderful for me. And you see these slices of tomato on this big huge plate. It's like, maybe changing for smaller plates can be one idea that, yeah, your plate is full of food, but it's a smaller plate, so it's technically way less food. That got me on a very good headspace. I don't know, guys. Please tell me in the comments what do you think. I wanted to do these reactions to Tess Holliday because I wanted to do a three-part with the Take Up Spatial and now this this interview where she claimed to have this disorder, and then her TED Talk. Maybe in 3 weeks, okay? The next one will be in another week.
I stopped feeding myself properly.
You never did. Maybe that inflammation diet got you for a week or so, and then you got tired and went back to garbage food.
I kind of got really depressed. I just really regressed into behaviors that weren't healthy for me. And
yeah, garbage food. Garbage food, and then probably she panicked and said no and did some damage control by not eating anything. But it took a little while because when you are this obese, your hormones are all messed up and you do not know when you are satiated and when you are hungry. So I don't know how long it took for her to go back into her habits.
It's even hard to talk about now. I wish that I just would have waited a little bit longer because I wasn't fully prepared. And I also didn't realize when I talked about it that...
that what? Like, look at you, girl. she has to be on a big couch while the interviewer is usually on a chair.
We don't really discuss folks that are experiencing my type of eating disorder in larger bodies, because you look at fat bodies and you just
Yeah.
all of a sudden say, well, you're healthy and all you do is sit around and eat. But for the world to say that
No, she's not healthy.
all I'm doing is sitting around and eat when I'm starving
No, you're not.
was
This is like Amberlyn whenever she says, "Oh, I'm starving," or whenever Foodie Beauty says, "Oh yeah, I'm starving." No, you're not. Your hormones are telling you, yes, you are hungry, but you are not. That is only a hormone signal. But girl, you can survive for several months under medical supervision with no food, only water and electrolytes. There was people who have done this before you, and they succeeded, of course with the attention of medical professionals, but goodness, she had the resources to do so.
horrible, because anybody any size can starve, and
Yes, they
we are
can.
just conditioned to not care about folks in larger bodies, to just toss us away like we don't belong, like we don't matter, and it's exhausting.
It's not that. You know it, Tess. It is not that.
Take me back a bit before even the reveal to your fans. We had you on the show celebrating Emmy, a landmark plus size model who was somebody who inspired you. I remember there you are, beautiful and smiling, seemingly happy.
Yeah.
What was going on behind the scenes before this reveal, before the diagnosis even?
Well, during the pandemic, it caused me to slow down like it did most of us. And I started really examining how I was feeding my body, or the lack thereof. And
Yep.
I met who I now work with, my dietitian, Anna Sweeney. I met her through a
Remember this fact. She was saying she was speaking to a dietitian.
conference that we did, a virtual conference, and I reached out to her and I said, I think I need help. And when I reached out to her, I thought that I was overeating. I thought that I was binge eating. I
Yeah, exactly.
thought that it was everything but what she said. And about 5 months into our sessions, she said, I can't diagnose you properly, but if I could, I would diagnose you as anorexia.
Exactly. She said, I cannot diagnose you properly because this is a dietitian, not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, a dietitian.
Nervosa. And
She
I
has
was
no
sitting on my kitchen counter, and I remember her saying it, and I just laughed. I went, no. Like,
Why did you react
Okay, some common sense on her head.
that way?
because look at me. I was like, I'm fat. Like, when you
Yes, you
think of the term anorexia, you associate it with emaciated bodies. I had no idea.
So this point of fat acceptance. Sorry guys, I'm a Spaniard. I'm not an English native speaker. This point fat activists make about no, you cannot sell if these people are overeating just because they're fat. Okay, but when you see Anna people, you know they have Anna because they are very thin, right? So maybe eating the way we eat builds the way we look.
That it could be me. And then I just was flooded with all kinds of feelings, because I
come on.
thought, if I would have known that this was a possibility,
Girl,
I could have gotten help sooner if there wasn't so much weight by a stigma in the medical industry. Someone could have helped me before I got to this point.
which point? Which point?
Help.
People are applauding a 500 plus pound person who claims they are starving in this world where there are people actually starving. What kind of joke is this?
Let me understand the journey in that you openly say, this is my size, right? You then sign this huge contract and you.
And this interviewer is like, oh yeah, this is a very serious topic, even though she has in front of herself this very weak person who claims she is starving. Girl, go to these countries where people are actually starving because they have lack of food for different reasons. Go there, go there, and tell the people you are actually starving, while you are the size of 2 or 3 people on their community. The stares that they would give you would be like, where's the where is the punchline of the joke? Are you laughing at us? This journalist is a very good actress in this case, because unless she has no common sense inside her head, this is very disturbing.
Become a world famous international model. Was there pressure in the celebration of your size to still
No.
lose weight? Because I imagine it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm standing out from the crowd because I'm.
Yeah, this is some pictures at the beginning of Tess's career, and yeah, I don't like this neck on the dress, but just don't mind me. I am not very fan of this kind of big thing on the necks. The bow uh, can be can get away from this dress. It would look way prettier because it would elongate her neck and give her this triangular silhouette between the neck and her chest, and it would look so much prettier. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Sorry.
Plus size.
There was never a necessary desire to.
This was also a very beautiful dress he was wearing. This dress was on a trend for a while because it's very flattering. This V shape is beautiful. The sleeves are also very puffy, very cute. And the skirt, don't get me started. It makes this beautiful silhouette. It looks gorgeous, and I think it can be gorgeous on any woman, no matter what size, no matter what body shape. In this case, I think Tess has this, how do you call it, costura, oh, line of sewing. Sorry, I cannot remember the word, and I am not going to look it up right now. This should go below the chest, probably. So this line should probably go with this one on the waist. But I don't know. I don't know. Probably would. I have some blouses that also do this onto me, and I had to fix them myself. I don't, the shoes look perfect with those strawberries. Look gorgeous.
Be thin. It was, if I really break it down, it was that I felt like I didn't deserve to eat.
Oh, come on.
And I didn't deserve to feed my body, because when you grow up in a world where you are told that you shouldn't eat this, don't eat that, be careful with this, when you have people policing and monitoring everything you put in your body, of course you have a distorted relationship with food. So in my head, I would say,
I don't think anybody told you not to eat something. Because, again, like in the J-Bay video, this is what happens when you do not say no to a child, and they think they can do anything and get away with it. They become very entitled, very toddler-like. They don't have any coping tools, mechanisms to mature. Well, there you have it.
oh, I'll just eat later, I'll eat later, I'll do this later. And it wasn't until I actually got the diagnosis that I started realizing.
She did not have a diagnosis. We saw it before. It was a dietitian who said I should not be trying to diagnose this But if I had to do to say something, but if I had to do something, this was the words of a dietitian. Yes, they can have their own opinion, but the person, the professional who should do these kinds of things, should be a mental health professional, not a dietitian.
Weight, I don't feed my body properly, and I feed everyone around me, and I leave nothing for myself.
Girl.
You know, I have to tell you,
Girl.
you took me aback when you said
Girl,
you didn't
I roll.
deserve to eat. You know, I can't imagine having people watching me eat, judging what I eat.
But she was doing TikToks and Instagram shorts and all this bambo jumbo, eating cakes, whole cakes, with a spoon. The whole freaking cake on a plate, and she was holding the freaking plate with a spoon. It was not a slice of the cake, it was the whole freaking cake. And she was eating and smiling. That was almost feeder content. The witch of Hansel and Gretel would be so happy with her.
And that is what you experience.
Yeah, because people just look at me and they're like, oh, just go eat another Big Mac. And I'm like, baby, I just had my first Big Mac a month ago.
But they make these assumptions.
Yes, they make these assumptions that I am not taking care of my body in the way that I feel is best.
And
again, we saw her eating freaking cake with a spoon from the middle of the freaking cake. It was a rectangular cake, and she was eating with a spoon on the middle of the thing. She bought a freaking huge ass cake for herself. She was eating it alone. There was another person on the background, and she was also eating some sweets. But goodness gracious, a freaking cake all by yourself. That is something. That is something. I don't know if I have ever done that. I mean, on birthdays we get a slice of the cake. We do not get the whole cake, just for one person.
Was the opposite, because
It
you
was
were
the opposite. Yes,
eating healthy.
I was trying to do what I felt like I needed to do that was best for my body, and that was restricting, putting. I wasn't feeding my body. And when I started feeding my body, when I started, you know, I love Pilates, and I do it all the time, and I noticed that my body started changing, and I thought to myself, how am I losing weight while I'm feeding my body and moving my body? I didn't understand, and it's because for the first time I was nourishing my body in a way that I hadn't before.
When you were dealing with the more difficult days before the diagnosis, would you go a day, 2 days without eating?
Yes, I would have coffee.
Girl, she can endure 1 or 2 days without eating. Have you seen her? As the furniture, that couch is asking for a lawyer.
Sometimes eat in the evening. I would have bits of whatever was laying around. I'd grab like maybe a handful of nuts. And that's part of why I came on here, because I want people to hear me when I'm saying, because there's so many people that have come forward since I've talked about this saying, I do that too. And I want people to hear me when I'm saying that, like, this wasn't something that I was just mindfully doing to restrict and to be smaller. I didn't know that what I was doing was wrong. And
maybe she was stressed out for a few days and she was eating less because of that. Yes, that has happened to many of us, unfortunately. But I don't think that would be the ED she's claiming to have. We all have these bad days and we are very, very nervous, very stressed out. And eating is the least of our priorities in that moment because we are stressed. When we are calm, we can feel the hunger. We can feel we need to eat, we need to go to the bathroom, we are tired. But when you are stressed out, the priorities change to that thing that made you stressed. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly. Sorry. Let's keep going.
And I didn't know that it wasn't okay because it was so deeply ingrained in me from such a young age that, you know, that to not trust myself and my own instincts and to not trust that I know how to feed my body.
No.
Did your children or did people around you notice?
Yes, yeah. I hope my 16-year-old doesn't mind me saying this, but my older son is just the sweetest, and he would
Oh,
ask
don't
me, and still
publish
does. He'll
pictures of the
message me and
kids
he'll say, "Hey, have
online.
you eaten today?"
Have you eaten
And
today?
you don't want your kids to be
Oh,
asking
wow.
you that. It's but at the same time, we don't have secrets in my household. I'm very transparent and open.
I don't think you're transparent, but really, poor boy, he's in this moment of this interview 16 according to Tess, and he has to be very mature and behave like a grown adult because of her mother's delirious claims of power.
And I make sure that when my kids tell me they're full, that's it. I don't push it. I don't want my children to grow up thinking that they don't know what's best for their bodies.
And people have to
We
applaud
both had
this.
the honor of being on the cover of Parent Magazine.
No,
I was with my
no,
kid, you're
no.
with your children. To have your child check in like that,
That is sad.
Mom, are you eating? What did that emotionally do to you? Because, we take care of them.
Poor boy.
And now your 16-year-old recognizes something's not right. I got to look after her.
It's hard, but at the same time, I feel immense gratitude that I've raised a child that is loving enough.
Oh my, poor boy.
How was it affecting your day-to-day? The saying, if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. How was it affecting your day-to-day, both professionally and personally? Because you're dealing with this. It's not a secret. They notice it, but it's not diagnosed. And the problem is...
And it still isn't. These were the words of a dietitian once again. Oh my goodness.
there, but it's not. It's not been named.
It was extremely hard, but I had normalized it so much. Like you said earlier, when you have so many people saying things to you online, I'm tough as nails, but
you're
it
not.
gets to you, and you kind of I would be lying if I said that it didn't affect me. And so when I hear people saying all you do is eat and you eat, it's like you almost believe it, even though I know I'm not. So it was extremely isolating. It was lonely, and I will say that getting a diagnosis does feel wonderful, but it is extremely lonely.
She did not get a diagnosis. We are being mistaken from the base of the argument. She did not get a diagnosis, a proper one. She was probably trying to tell some tale to her dietitian, and the dietitian said, "Yeah, I would say this, but don't quote me on that, because I am a dietitian, not a mental health professional." So, yeah.
It's sometimes I really fight with the shame of it, which I think is the hardest part.
But how are you dealing with regaining your voice, your message, and the intention of the message that you wanted on Instagram, which is, this is my journey, and I know I'm not alone. How are you resetting this for you and to help other people who want to hear it?
I just take it day by day. Like today, I tried to feed myself, didn't do that great. And like one of your guests said earlier, I just try to be gentle with myself. I try to remind myself that how I'm feeling, if I'm having these bad feelings, is temporary. And I also take...
She also takes what? Tess, come on. Yes. Think.
I take immense pride in the fact that I understand that I was given this platform originally for modeling. Not given, I busted my ass. I don't know if I can say ass. I busted my butt to get here. But I feel immense gratitude and pride that I am able to sit here with you and talk about such hard things and know that there's somebody on the other side that feels less alone, that maybe says to themselves, I'm going to get help. Ask.
Yeah, making people get help is good. Thing is, this seems like she is deluding people into thinking they have a problem they do not. For example, if she claims she has Anna, she can claim it. sure thing. But a professional would say, you probably do not have it, but maybe I would think you have this and this, and go to the proper professional. For example, you do not go to a hairdresser to fix your leaky faucet on the bathroom, for example. Yep, because that is not the right professional for this issue. They are the right professional for other things, but not for this one.
For help starts taking care of themselves in the way that they deserve, because plus size or not, everybody deserves food, everybody deserves to eat. It's
Please tell that to North Korean people. Can you go to North Korea right now and say, "Yeah, I'm starving. I feel hungry. I don't eat much." And maybe maybe you will get some humility lessons. Cause girl,
we deserve to take care of
And we
ourselves the way
deserve to live without judgment.
we do.
Judgment.
Yes,
That's the biggest thing in all of it. Are you currently in therapy? How often are you in treatment?
So I see my dietitian once a week, and then I
that is a dietitian
have my therapist once
and a therapist. Okay,
a week, and I have a lot of people in my life who love.
is this therapist a coach who is just a charlatan, or is it a proper person who has studied they did bust their asses off studying to be how do you call it, psychologist, psychiatrist? I don't know the difference. In Spain, I don't think there is any, but you know.
Lovingly just nudged me along the right path, and yeah,
Oh my.
I'm doing it.
You are doing it. You're doing it.
This is her 3 years ago. We have seen her a month ago, and she looks smaller here than in the 1 month ago video. So just a thought. Just a thought.
Thank you so much, Tess. I appreciate you joining us. It means the world to me. And please come back anytime, because my platform is your platform. As long as people are telling the truth, trying to uplift other people, they have space here.
Thank
so you always
Take a space, you. Am I right?
do. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have to just
And people standing up. Girl, you are standing up for a 500+ pound woman who claims she is starving. In a world where there is still people starving to the end of their lives. In several parts of the world. What are you guys doing? This is very disturbing. I don't know if this is just an European thing or what.
soak in all of how amazing you are. I do. I have to receive how amazing you are and how special you are.
How special? Come on. Not everybody has to be special.
And I hope you receive this.
No, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Anywho, that about does it. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below, because this has truly been something. It has. So, yep. Let's see you next week with another one of these interview. Well, not. Next week will be the TED Talk that Tess Holliday did. Please tell me in the comments if you want to see other videos, other reactors, other people, and I will take a look. Okay? See you tomorrow. See you next week, and take care, people. Love you.